In today's video, I'm going to give you a marketing MBA of exactly what to do and how to think about building a landing page to send paid traffic to get people to register and ultimately set appointments for your real estate business. If you and I don't know each other, my name is Steve Olson. I operate 5-day listing and also scaling agent OS. My goal is to make every agent or help every agent build an inbound brand that they can build equity in and control as much profit. And so today's going to be kind of an MBA in how we think about landing page design and how I would say 99.6% of all real estate agents who do this have this completely wrong and what you can do to fix this right now. So I'm going to go over to a screen share. If you're listening to this on the podcast, you probably want to go over to YouTube or our blog and watch it there because you're probably going to want to see what I'm going to draw. But on the left column, I'm going to draw a landing page that outconverts like every other landing page that we use. And in the right column, I'm going to write down or draw out essentially what you need to track. Okay. So what if you guys have gone to any of our landing pages, they pretty much look the same. They have a logo up here. They have a headline right here. They have a sub headline. I'm going to just put subline there. And then I'm going to put a video right here. Try to make this look as artistic as possible. So there's our little play button with a circle around it. I think this will actually make a perfect circle. Oh, it will. How freaking official does that look? And then down here, we have another sub headline. And then I'll draw this here in a little bit, but this is going to be like the main call to action that we want them to take. Okay. So if I'm going to run, like there's only a couple ways that people can come to this landing page. And we want to make this as simple as possible. We have a YouTube video. Could come from a podcast episode. Could come from organic social. Could come from one of your blog posts, which also hosts the YouTube videos or the podcast. Could come from paid ads. Right? And within paid ads, you've got Google and you've got Meta. Okay. So all this stuff is going to be traffic over here. Oh, and you've also got your email, which is going to be by far the most profitable. So we're going to call this email newsletter. Okay. So all these things are traffic and they're all coming to the landing page. So what I see agents do all the time is they build this landing page and they send traffic to it. It doesn't convert. And they're like, oh, landing pages don't work in my market. And that's totally untrue. Landing pages 100% work in your market. In fact, you're probably watching this video or listening to this podcast because you've seen one of our landing pages. So they 100% do work. What I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to draw a circle or a square around this. I'm going to see if I can just shrink this down and I will move this over here. So it's still on the screen, but it's no longer over there. Okay. So we've got this. I'll go over here. Let's erase that. So let's talk about something really specific so we can make this like fire. Okay. The headline needs to be exactly what they get when they watch the video. Just make this super simple. Exactly what you're going to learn when you launch this video. So this would be how to sell your home in as little as 3 steps for a record price in 2026. That they read that headline and it's like, okay, if I watch this video, this is the very thing that I'm going to get. The sub headline below it is the reason why they should watch this. Or you can say the reason, or it could be who should watch this. So the reason would be we've helped 371 families in the last 6 months sell their home for a record price. All of them had one thing in common, and we'll walk you through what that is in this video. Right? So who should watch this or why you should watch this? So headline is what you're going to get when you watch this. Sub headline is who or why you should watch it. Okay. If you don't get those two right, they're not going to watch the video, or maybe they're going to watch the video, but they're going to watch 10 seconds and they're going to bounce. You need to be crystal clear. That headline should speak directly to whoever is supposed to watch this video. That headline, it should be like, if you own a French Bulldog in Carlsbad, California, and you live a block off the water and you serve 3 times a week and your French Bulldog barks every single time somebody knocks at the door, this video's for you. Like, I would look at that and say, oh my gosh, should my neighbor like make this video, right? It needs to be that specific in who we're calling out. So once we have that done, then we want to get to the video. The video should have no fluff. It should have no rambling. The intro, again, should call out exactly who should be watching it. And in the intro or right after the intro, we should say, by the end of this video, you'll walk away with right? We want to tell them exactly what they're going to walk away with. And then the subheadline is nothing more than a why you should submit on whatever type of call to action. The most common type of call to actions that I've seen in our space are number one, a calendar book, or number two, a form to get something. I'm just going to say get, okay? If you're going to do the calendar thing, that's totally okay. Probably needs to be a longer video. Can't be a 2-minute video if you want a calendar booking because people really need to feel safe, all right? So if you're going to do the calendar booking, if you use Calendly, you'll notice that Calendly does the book a time and then ask for info second. I would flip that. I would ask for the info first. So you would put a form on top of the calendar. If you don't know how to do this, then go to Calendly. There's settings in there. You can use custom code with Claude to be able to build this. But if you've seen any of our pages, you notice we ask for phone and first name, last name. And then once they put their phone number in, a field pops up and asks for their email. And then they can pick a time. We want their info first, not second. Okay. Because if they don't book a time, I want to be able to follow up with them. If you're going to do a form, make the form as simple as possible. First name, last name, email, and ask yourself a question. Is there a reason the consumer is going to want to give me their phone number if I ask for it on this form? If it's just to download a PDF guide, most people are not going to give you a phone number to download a PDF guide. So if you're like running traffic to a page and like it's not converting, ask yourself, like, am I asking, is the amount of information that I'm asking for, is it too much based on what I'm giving away? And if the answer is yes, you probably need to change the form. Okay. So, but let's say that you get all this right. You've got the right headline, you've got the right subheadline, you've got the right video script, you wrote it out, you're using a teleprompter, much like I'm using right now. You've got your subheadline built, you've got the call to action figure, like it looks good on mobile. Everything is good. And I'll give you maybe an example here shortly of like what this looks like. Actually, let me show it to you right now. So this would be an example of a page that we run traffic to right now. Everybody that consults with me watches this video before they book the call. And you're going to see a couple things to be true. Number one, you've got the headline, you've got the subheadline, you've got a video with a play button on it, and then you've got some reviews below that. I know I didn't put that in the part, but you should always have social proof. What you don't see on this page, I'll talk to you about in a minute, is in 3 minutes, there's going to be a form that pops up to book a call, because the only thing that I want you focused on when you look at this page is I only want you focused on playing this video. And if you play that video, it's same talking head that I'm in, right now. This was recorded maybe a week ago, right? I only want you focused on playing this video. I don't want you focused on anything else. And if you're not willing to watch, this is a 27-minute video. If you're not willing to watch 3 minutes of this video, I don't want you booking a call. Because all that's going to happen is when you get on the call and you're going to say, well, what are you going to do to help me? And I'm going to be like, well, did you watch the video? Well, no. So that is a unqualified call. So what we want to do is we want to remove the ability for anybody to book a call before they've actually consumed what the call is for, right? And again, if you build with Claude Code, you can easily tell Claude to hide that section for 3 minutes. We'll come back to this page here in a second. So on that landing page, what I might want to do is I might want to say, hey, from this section to this section, hide for 3 minutes. Okay. I haven't even gotten to the meat of this yet. We want to make, I want you to have so much confidence in running ads that, if you have 100 grand in the account, you should spend all 100 grand in ads, because we can take that and turn it into 2 million bucks. Okay. Here's where the tracking comes in. Now you can only do this with enterprise software. I'm going to put enterprise software. We use HubSpot. And the amount of money this is going to cost you to do is $150 a month. What you need is a sales enterprise seat to be able to pull this off. So I have some of my coaching clients that have $150 sales enterprise seat, and they push everything over to Follow Up Boss. Once that becomes a client, they don't move their whole team over to HubSpot. HubSpot is pretty much the engine that powers all of the marketing automation. But here's what I want to know. I want to know, number one, I want to know who came to this site. So if they're in our CRM, can I tell that this person in our CRM visited this page? Well, we need HubSpot to be able to do that, right? And you're like, oh, Follow Up Boss does that. That's correct. They do. And you can code this, right? So number two, I want to know part two, I want to do part one of part two. I want to say who clicked play. I'm going to say 1A, who watched 25% of this video. Part 1B, who watched 50%. Part 1C, who watched 75%. Part D, who got all the way to the CTA, which, and that the video I just showed you, I think is somewhere around 93%. You can also do timestamps. So this video that I showed you on that other landing page was like 27 minutes and I think 6 seconds or something like that. And I know the CTA happens at 25 minutes and like 31 seconds. So you can say who watched the video all the way to 25 minutes and 31 seconds. Okay. You can get really specific. This is code that we build in Claude that integrates with HubSpot. And what happens is every time somebody reaches this milestone, it puts an event in their HubSpot contact record. But wait, we're not done yet, right? I want to know everybody who's watched 50% of the video but did not book a call. There's a specific type of follow-up we have for that, right? And you remember when I told you earlier that we have the form down here? So we have form is step 1. Oops. And then calendar is step 2. Well, everybody who submits step 1, I want to be able to send them an email saying, hey, we noticed that you started the process, but you did not book a time. Can you come back or let me know what your schedule looks like? And we can put those links directly in the email, right? So, and then obviously everybody that schedules a call, we're going to put them into an automated sequence that reminds them their call. We're going to create a deal in the pipeline. And then we're going to send them an overview of what working with us looks like. I'm going to say what to expect. So here's why this is really important. If you look at this whole flow, I want to know if they're in my CRM, did they come to the page, right? If they're in our CRM and they came to the page, did they start the video? Did they watch 25, 50, 75? Did they make it all the way to the CTA? Did they actually submit form 1 and not book a call? Did they submit form 1 and book a call, right? I want to know every step of that funnel because listen, you could have the ads, right? And you get all the traffic to it. You get really super cheap cost per lead that comes in. But if it dies right there, you need to know why it's dying. Is it a mobile formatting issue? Is it a video issue? Like if you know that the majority of your traffic that's hitting the site is watching 75% of the video and they're stopping there, my argument to you or the thing that we would diagnose if you and I were working together is that you probably have the wrong offer or the wrong call to action at the end of that video because people aren't ascending the way that you want them to. And if your call to action is, hey, I'm a real estate agent. If you want to work with me, I'll leave a spot below for you to book a call. Like that's okay, but it doesn't get anybody like super excited. It should be something like, hey, we've helped 351 people sell their home in the last 12 months. All of the ones that broke a record had these 3 things in common, and I want to walk you through how I position your home to perform just as well as theirs. If that's you and you're thinking about selling your home in the next 90 days, I'll put a link below where you can schedule a call. I won't even come to your home. It's totally free. I just want to walk you through exactly what we do. So in the event that you do end up selling your home, you know exactly how to get success, even if it's not using us for your real estate deal, right? That would be like an example of a close that I would use for this. And so we want to get like super, super friendly, super, super risk reversal, super easy. Like you should go down there. It's no big deal. Just fill out the form, hop on a call with me, and everything's going to be easy. You don't owe me money. There's no contracts. There's no obligation. Like we want to make this seem super, super, super simple. But here's where I'm at for you. If you know all of this data, who came, how much they watched the video, did they submit form 1, and did they submit form 2? If you know where the drop off, then we know exactly over time how to make this page convert. If you don't understand the drop off, you may keep changing the ad over and over and over again when the ad was probably never the issue. You guys with me on this? So as we get through this, I want to show you, I think by now the other page is loaded. So let's go take a look at that. Okay, so this page is loaded. This is what it looks like. So we have the video over here automatically playing. We scroll down and we say, if this all makes sense, continue below to schedule a call with Steve to see if your market is available. And you'll notice right here, we have a really, really simple form. Enter your phone number. So I'm going to go 760-999-8877. And you'll notice once I fill in my number, the email address pops up. If I enter my name, and I go over here, put my phone number in, and then I go to email at email.com. I acknowledge that I'm going to reach out to you and that you agree to our terms and policy. Once I click this continue button, then the HubSpot calendar thing is going to pop up and everything's automatically filled. What you'll find is when you go to a system like this and everything's very smooth, it's easy, and it's the natural flow from going from top to bottom, that your conversion rate's going to go up. We have people that I coach that over time have converted north of 50% of their traffic on a single landing page. Right? Oftentimes you guys are looking at your landing page, whether it's like Facebook lead ads or anything else, and you're like, oh, well, the page converts at 3%. And listen, That's okay. It's not amazing. It's not bad. It's probably still profitable. But if you had a landing page to where you were iterating on over and over and over again, and eventually this thing is converting at 20, 30, 40, 50%. I don't think 50% of traffic's going to book calls with you. That's definitely not the case. Right. But when you look at everything and it works, like then your only job in real estate is just to keep pushing this to the landing page as much as you can. Now, we don't need a ton. That's the cool thing about this. We absolutely do not need a ton. You probably need one or two main offers. You need 4 to 5 lead magnets, and you need a blog to be able to create content to ascend to that over and over and over again. It's really easy. In fact, I'll put the link in the description. If you want me and my team to build this with you and build this for you, I've got a couple spots available right now. I'll put the link in the description. Actually, the link that I'm going to give you is this very page. I want you to watch this 27-minute video. And if you think this would be of value to your business, then come down to this. Once it shows up 3 minutes later, like I just told you, fill out this form, schedule a call with me. I'll walk you through every single thing that you need to know, and you can see if it's a good fit for your business. It's less than a cost of an assistant. You own everything. And here's the other cool thing. Other than buying, like you have to have Claude, you have to have HubSpot is what I would use as the CRM. You don't need to abandon everything else. But for the actual marketing funnel, you should finally commit to something that's not going to change. Compass isn't going to buy it. It's not going to go under. Like we want enterprise level software to handle enterprise level results. You guys with me on this? A Claude subscription, a HubSpot subscription, we're talking a few $100 a month, and you could have a marketing platform, a marketing funnel, a content engine machine, a content waterfall, like we talk about all the time, infinitely better than all of your competition. And once you understand how to build, once you understand how all this works, you're going to realize like, whoa, this is cheaper than everything I'm using right now. And number two, I have unlimited headroom to be able to grow this real estate business wherever I want. So I'll put the link to that in the description. If you want, watch that video, schedule a call. I'd love to help. And we'll see if this is good. It is market exclusive. So the number one thing that you're going to ask is, hey, have you already done this on my market before? If we have, oh, well, it is what it is. I can't help you. That's one of the commitments we make for all these things because it's Ninja. It works and you can scale the crap out of it. But in order for it to work really well, it's only one person per market. There's a couple exceptions, like, big cities like Phoenix or Los Angeles or, anything that has like 4 million people in it or whatever. Like, we're not going to hold that exclusive. But if you're the only agent in Vista, California with, 40,000 people there, that's locked out. All right. Hope this made sense. Any questions, click the link in the description below. Let me know your questions. Let me know your thoughts. Let's see if it's a good fit for you. And I'll see you on the next one. All right, these are for screenshots.